All right. It is 1 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Again, welcome to our Friday SEO office hours. My name's Bobby Bishop. We're just going to reintroduce ourselves here. I'm the marketing manager at the Hoth, and we'll go around the table here.
I'm Gabbie McConnell, and I'm an account manager here at the Hoth.
You got Ryan Stemsky, an account executive at the Hoth.
I'm David Fialkoff, marketing coordinator here at the Hoth.
Well, we have a short little presentation for you at the beginning, just 5-10 minutes on some new things at the Hoth that we got going on, some new features, some new products, and then we're going to jump into all of your pre-submitted questions that you guys so kindly inputted in the input form a couple days ago. And if you didn't get a chance to put your questions in there, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We'll get to those at the end of all the questions.
So what is new here at the Hoth?
All right, so looks like we got a new service. We actually have Hoth video scripts only. So I think everybody's fairly familiar that we have a Hoth video service where we can turn your blog content or really any 250 plus words of like any type of content on your website into a video with a video script, call to action, talking head, everything you're going to need. But now we can actually do even more. We can do just the script alone.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people asking about this. So it's nice that they finally were able to do just the script.
Yeah, so if you have your own in-house team, you have a preferred actor, you have a certain way that you want to create your own videos, this is your opportunity for us to just handle the simple script, get that over to you with a call to action at the end, and turning that content just into something that's ready to go for your team.
It's funny. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. You know, like let us do the script. Can we use your actors or editing? But apparently people have
high demand for some reason. Yeah, definitely.
I
mean, I guess at the end of the day, people just need the content itself. And if they already know that our video service ranks well, it works well in Google, it helps your dwell time. If you have a team member that already does a good job, they fit your team, or maybe you're in a medical facility and you have a doctor you want to turn that content into a video. Boom, here we go.
And that just shows if you ask, we will probably create the product. We're all about making things that'll make your life easier. So let us
naturally
know.
If you ever need anything that we're not offering, reach out to our team and we'll see what we can do.
All right, next new item we have on board, we got the Hoth Client Organizer.
So the Client Organizer is a dashboard that you can use to organize all of your clients. So you can sort them into folders. You can create the folders, and it just allows you to easily manage multiple projects at one time and see what you need for each client.
Yeah, I'd say this is probably like the biggest thing to come out of our back end in a long time. It's something that people have been, they might not have known that they directly needed a client organizer, but they had issues in the back end that this will now solve.
Yeah, because previously we just had tags, so you could tag your orders by a certain client name, and then you could organize it by those tags, which is great. It did the job for the first, say, 7 years of the Hoth, but we like to evolve, and now we have something where we can just organize each one of these clients into a dashboard. You can track their spend, how many orders you've placed. You can put notes right into that dashboard, and this also can work really well for end users, or just if you have a website that you're working on for just a single project and you want to track how much you spend, which orders are going to which target pages, how you're organizing by keywords, you can also use it in that regard.
The possibilities are endless. You could divide it up by products that you use, content versus links, however you want to make it.
Let's give them a little example here.
Yeah, so here's a little screenshot you can see of how you can make new folders over on the left. You can change the names, move them around, do it however you want. This should make your life, whether you're an end user or a reseller, a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I think one of the little details that is underestimated at this moment is the needs attention button. So you can see if you need to approve or review, say, any blog orders, any video orders, if anything that needs your attention at the moment, now you have it in one single spot.
Quick little shout out from Isaac in the chat there. He is tuning in, and it is 1 a.m. local time. Wow. Thank you for joining us. That is some serious dedication. All right, let's keep going here.
Next up, we've got a ton of new blog content up on the site. First off, if you were affected at all by the March core update, we got a long blog post on that update. We've also got a ton of stuff on SEO, how SEO works. We've got PPC mistakes. We've got e-commerce mistakes. We're putting up new blog content probably once a week, if not more than that. The link down there is at the bottom. We'd love for you guys to check out our blog content. It's super helpful.
I will say that that thumbnail there is our newest piece, and it's all about how to get your stuff ranking on Amazon. We have a lot of e-commerce customers out there. And I know Ryan and Gabbie, you guys probably get a lot of questions about how to get stuff in Amazon ranking, and that blog post will walk you through the basics there.
Yes, definitely. And if you need help with product descriptions, we got you on that side.
And then one more thing we would like to plug for you guys is our Hoth resources. A lot of questions in the Q&A. We've noticed that we end up answering them and kind of directing you guys to these resources. So we wanted to bring you guys these beforehand. We have resources on almost every aspect of SEO, whether it's local, e-commerce, how to sell our services, on page, you name it. These guys are huge. And the link, again, is down there at the bottom.
Yeah, check them out. We'll probably
Yeah.
reference them a couple times.
Odds are heavily in favor. If you've had a call with me before, if you send me an email, I've probably sent you one of these guides, because these, not only are these the guides for our clients, but they're also guides for us too internally. We use them ourselves.
Right.
All right, what do we got next, guys?
Just a quick little mention. We extended our April promo into May by a couple weeks, or about a week. But just 2 days ago, we switched over to our new May promo. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little shout out to it. If you buy a guest post, it will get upgraded. For example, if you buy a DA20, it's going to turn into a DA30. And the same goes for our traffic guest post as well. If you buy a a 5K traffic guest post, it's going to turn into the next level, which I believe is a 10K traffic.
Which K? 5K?
5K,
10K.
5K into a 10.
20 and 50.
It's
Yes.
the great bump up upgrade
Yes,
special.
I know it can be confusing, but don't worry, our back end will do it for you. Make it easy. And from my perspective, I think one of the best values right now, if you want to, hopefully people won't be mad at me for this, but the DA30 guest post is $200 normally. So if you buy a DA30, you're going to get a DA40, and the DA40 usually costs $400. So,
Wow. So
best
that's
bang for
almost
your buck, the DA30 guest post on promotion.
turn 30 into a 40.
Mm-hmm.
And deal number 2, we have a second deal for the month.
So we've got buy one, get one free Hoth syndication. So this is just our new syndication service where you can give us an informational blog post that you love on your website. We can go ahead and syndicate that to 50 plus US news outlets all over the US.
Awesome. I think we have a question about that in our slides. We'll probably talk about syndication a little later here.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I think that is it. We told you we'd keep the updates short and sweet. We're going to jump right into your questions. Again, this is going to work just like your old college days when your professor opened up his door for an hour and you could go in there and ask him anything you wanted. He'd help you with your homework. So go ahead. If you haven't had a chance to put any questions in our form, drop them in the chat and we'll get those answered at the end.
All right.
All right. Question number 1.
Question number 1, for guest posts, can we approve the site first? Can we approve the content, and can we choose the site niche? So unfortunately, to those questions, the first questions are no. And that's because our guest post process is built to be scalable, and it's also a natural process. So because we're doing manual outreach, we're kind of at the control of the publisher, because we want to create good content for the publisher, and the publisher wants content from us that fits into their editorial calendar and what is best for them. So at this moment, we're creating the content. We are then giving that content to the publisher for them to place on their website. So there's no process for approval. And this also goes back to, if you can get process for approvals, some of those sites may not be a site that you actually want to get links from. So our process is scalable. It's natural. This is the best way to go. When it comes to choosing your niche, then, well, you can't select the niche on checkout, but the best part of this is you're giving us your target page. You're giving us your anchor text that you would like us to find placement for. So naturally, we have to look at that target page. Our writers need to reference that target page. So we're going to figure out what the best content is going to be for that page. And also, we do like to focus more on the metric itself. So whether it's a domain authority metric or if it's an estimated amount of traffic metric, we're going to focus on those types of authorities for finding placement. And also too, we do have a really good blog post about link relevance. We'll put it in the chat. You can check that out. But we really want to focus on creating really good content that's relevant to your target page. So we put the metric and then the content itself first, not trying to align the niche specifically.
All right. Question number 2.
Question number 2. So how do I target specific keywords in off-page SEO with example? So that's a great question. The most popular way of doing this is going to be going through link building. However, you don't want to just use your specific keywords as anchor text of the links. You're going to want to build natural links to pages on the website that are optimized for the keyword that you're looking to rank for. We also have a very useful blog post on that as well, which we'll drop in the chat. But pretty much all in all, the best thing to do is to use natural anchor texts in any post or guest post you might be doing. Use something like click here, learn more. Just keeping in mind that whatever page you're pointing that link to it's going to gain authority. And if you are targeting specific relevant keywords on that page, it's going to improve your rankings for those keywords regardless.
Awesome. All right, let's see what's next. Question number 3, what tips to SEO a news website? A lot of websites out there, it's going to work pretty much the same way. You have your 2 major backbones to SEO. It's link building and content. If this is a news website, I'd probably say the content is going to be a little more important than the link building itself. So I would make sure that you're pumping out as much content as possible. Combine that with some link building. And then of course for news sites, branding, social media, stuff like that is going to be very important as well, not just SEO. So make sure you have a good presence in Google and in other places.
All right. Number 4, please list out all of the methods for SEO. If I was to list out all the methods, I would probably be here until next week. So I'm going to list out my personal top 5. Number 1 that would be building out more content. I recommend at least 1,000 words on every page of your site and try to get up a blog post once a week or more if possible. I know it's hard to do, but this is a great way and Google loves that content. Number 2 would be getting more relevant links to your site. My recommendation here would also be guest posting. It's a great way to get natural in-content links back to your site. And then thirdly, you want to have a good online reputation. This can be through reviews, just overall giving good service to your clients and making them happy. And then another thing would be doing research on your competitors. If you know what your competitors are writing about and the type of content that they're posting, the keywords that they're targeting, that's going to help you in terms of like an SEO plan and knowing what you want to target and focus on. And then lastly, it would be making sure that your site's secured. You want it to be mobile friendly and set up on HTTPS. Most people have done this already, but as you know, Google indexes mobile first. So that's probably like a major thing to focus on.
Yeah, mobile friendly, designed for mobile, they say, right?
It's how we consume everything these days. So let's see. We got the next question here. We have how to SEO a customer's website if we can't write content. So this comes up a lot. We have this issue. Now, it depends on if they're writing content internally or if they're not creating content at all. So if they're writing content internally, then you can just focus on the offsite SEO, link building strategies, making sure that the client themselves are and the customers actually taking care of making sure their blog content or their on-page content's optimized, all friendly, easily crawled, all the proper tags. So getting that proper on-page. So focus on offsite and then on-page for a client who's creating their own content. If they're not creating content, they're going to have a hard time ranking. Just straight up, they're going to need content, whether it's landing pages or blog content. If they need help with that, we can help out with the blog content. We can write 500 words, 1,000 words, 1,500 words, 2,000 words, but you're going to need to convince them to get content on their website so it can get crawled, indexed more often, and then they're answering the questions that people are searching for within their industry. They'll never become an authority if they don't have content.
All right, question number 6. What is the best SEO strategy? Branding, content, social media, or keywords?
It's hard to pick one. Out of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What is the most important there?
Honestly, I would say all of them. There, in my opinion, there's never going to be one thing that you can do that's going to make it all happen for you. You're going to have to use a combination of different services, different tactics and strategies to see, the best results. And everything's going to be different for every website. So I wouldn't ever really say that there is a best SEO strategy. But honestly, the most important thing to do is just focusing on creating that valuable content for your users consistently, and then building the backlinks to that valuable content. And honestly, just having brand authority in general is going to help increase your rankings significantly.
Yeah, I would say if you're creating a good brand, odds are heavily in favor that you're creating content, you have an active social media platform, and you're probably producing keywords. So
Exactly.
I would say if you start with your brand, all of the rest will follow.
All right. Question number 7. What's the benefit of guest posting versus foundational link building? Great question. So both of those tactics are going to help you diversify your backlinks and your domain, your referring domains. But the main benefit of foundational is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a nice little bed of links to give you a nice foundation to your site. Works great if your site is brand new. Guest posts is when we manually reach out to other websites and blogs, high authority blogs, and we basically give them a piece of content for them to go on their site and request that they link back to you. So that is by far the most authoritative and natural form of link building. So that's why we suggest that if you really want to kick things in high gear, guest posting is the way to go.
And if this question is specific to our services, I'm kind of guessing it is just due to the name, guest posting versus foundational link building. Really, you want to use your guest posts, since those are going to be more of a higher quality link. So the guest post, because it is manual outreach to real blogs and you're going to have a certain domain authority, you're spending good cash on these links. You want to use these for either a brand name or one of your money keywords, a long tail, an exact match, a partial of some sort, and then use your foundational links. Since they're more affordable, I would use your foundational links then for your natural anchors, which we talked about previously with the natural the anchor text ratio. So I would focus on when you build foundational links for your natural anchors, those click here, learn more, check out our blog, read our guide, your naked URL as well. So use your foundational links for those natural anchors, use your guest posts for branded exact match, partial, long tails.
Nice. What do we have next, Dave?
Number 8, what is your most effective product or service? Without a doubt, I would have to say HauthX. Not only does HauthX combine our services to use what's best for your website, we also give you a campaign manager that's dedicated to you and can manage your orders and your work for you. These campaign managers do the research. They find out what keywords that you should be targeting, what pages of your site that should be ranking and that are going to help you. I think personally, it's my favorite service here, and I think if this is something that you're interested in, feel free to book a call with Ryan or Gabbie or any of our account managers, and we can see what's best for your site.
Yeah, and in all reality, who do you think knows the Hoth services the best? Probably the Hoth. So if you have the chance to use our expertise, to use our services to rank your project sites, we probably will have the best strategy. Now, obviously, you have your own strategy at times, and you know what you need to do. Maybe you have some type of so you have some PO for a client, you have to produce certain things for them. Then in that case, you're going to be better suited to go a la carte. But if you don't really know what you need for your client, you need extra strategy help, that's exactly what HauthX was built for.
Ryan, I'm going to interject with a quick question from the chat because it kind of ties into the last one and the one that I just answered. From Isric, I've never purchased any Hoth products. Which one should I start with first?
Oh, it's a good question. We would need to probably see the website to know what will be best suited. However, if it is a local business, local citations is always a great place to start. You can also, depending on the budget you're working with for that client or for your own project site, I would recommend if it's a Hoth local or if it's a local service, going with HauthX local, so then we can provide all the different deliverables that a campaign would need to have success. Otherwise, you can always start with content. That's a great place to start building out. If you can create linkable assets, you'll have an easier easier project down the road when you want to target those websites with good links.
Awesome. Let's get back into our pre-submitted questions here. Ryan,
All right, let's
this is
see.
you.
Hoth syndication. Let's see. How does content syndication work? Is it duplicate content? So with content syndication, we'll distribute out probably around that blog, probably around 50 times. So we'll probably get them out to a bunch of different publishers. They're all US based news publishers. So I don't know which sites are going to pick up, but let's just say like a CBS 8. Your local news channel is the type of website that will be picking it up. You don't have to worry about duplicate content because we're going to make sure it has the rel canonical tag built into it. So the search engines will automatically know that your website is the original source of that content. So you'll basically be cited on that page itself as the original source. So Google will crawl, see that information, see that tag, and they'll know that you're the original creator of that content. So, and that syndication service, it's also buy one, get one free this month. So definitely check it out. It's worth giving a try. This is a great way to follow the EAT guidelines of Google because you can create expertise, authority, and trust by having large websites, large publishers syndicating your content because that means you're an authority within your industry.
Awesome.
Okay, question number 10. So I can't seem to outrank my competitors that have bigger SEO budgets than I do. Any tips? So firstly, I would definitely recommend just scheduling a consultation with us so we can take a look at your website and your competitor's website, and then we can see what we can do from there. But really to start, one thing that I do suggest is just finding low competition keywords that your competitor is not currently working or trying to rank for. So these shouldn't take very long or very much money to rank for, and they're going to start improving your rankings. So I would start from there. And then again, like I said, scheduling a call with us is probably going to be the best route just so we can take a look at your specific situation and see if we have any ideas from there.
All right. Let's see what we got next. How do I find new keywords to target? All right. Great question. So probably the best way to find new keywords is to go look at what your competitors are doing. Do your competitors' research. You can do this through multiple tools out there like Ahrefs, SEMrush. There's a bunch of them. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. Luckily, the Hoth has a bunch of free SEO tools. If you go to thehoth.com /SEO-tools, you'll find them all there. My personal favorite is the content gap analysis tool. And what this does, you put in your URL and you put in 2 or 3 of your competitors' URLs, and you can basically find every keyword that your competitors are ranking for that you are not. And how awesome is that? That's basically going to give you a list. Sometimes it's 50, 100, 100, 200 plus, and it is going to keep it's basically going to plan out your blog content and all your keywords for weeks, months, and years to come. It's by far my favorite tool out there.
Yeah, and we created, I think it was back in early April, we actually created a blog article about exactly this. So I think Gabby just put it in the chat. It's, let's see, content gap analysis, how to find 100+ content ideas in 3 minutes. So check out that blog. That will cover exactly how to take care of this. So definitely read the blog, and then we have the free tools, just like Bobby mentioned, so you can do it yourself.
All right. Number 12, do you guys have any new services in the works? Absolutely. We always have something up our sleeve. We're working on something, cooking up something in the lab. Our newest service right now is PPC. However, it's not officially launched. This is only in beta. You can expect our PPC service to be fully out there to the public before the end of the year. I would say sooner rather than later. This one's going to be huge, and a lot of people are jumping on this beta and seeing great results.
Yeah, it's a cool new product. It's not just a new product. It's almost a whole new branch of our business. We've been in the SEO game for years, and now we're getting into the paid ads side, and it's really cool. There's a lot of neat tactics. If you pair paid per click advertising with SEO, it can really light a fire under your traffic and sales.
Yeah, and I just dropped the link into the beta page. I'm not sure if we have any openings at the moment. It's probably pretty full, but at the same time, you might as well head to the page, check it out. You can always apply. You might be in an industry or a niche that we may be interested in trying.
All right. Question 13. Ryan, what you got?
All right. Question number 13, we have, how do I confidently speak about SEO to my clients? So the most important thing is always to be as educated as possible about everything in the SEO world, and also about your business and what you're able to do for your clients. So you never want to not know an answer. So when you have technical questions, you have questions about penalties, updates that previously happened, you need to know those answers. So make sure you're subscribed to as many different SEO forums and chats and newsletters so you have all the updated information. We're obviously a great resource for all that information. So always follow our blogs. I know we send a lot of emails, but they're generally going to be value-driven, helpful information for you so you can educate your clients, so you can confidently speak to them. Also, the more you do research into your client's industry, into their site, the more confident you'll be. We also have a really big guide, and it's an SEO reseller guide. We kind of mentioned it earlier in the video, but check out that guide that teaches you how to sell SEO, how to do audits, steps you need to be able to sell your clients extremely well and keep them on board.
Yeah, Ryan is the Facebook group guru. How many SEO Facebook groups are you in, if you had to guess?
I will guess around, let's say 15 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
More than
Facebook
a dozen.
Isn't about being social.
Right.
It's about SEO groups, and it's about dogs.
SEO and dogs. If you have questions, come to Ryan. He's got answers.
Yes, cute little white fluffy dogs in particular.
Named Chubbs. Okay, so question number
14.
Question number 14. We're zooming through this. Okay, so how do I optimize my site with videos? So when I think about videos, honestly, the first thing I think that it is helpful with is bounce rates. So just it helps people stay on your blog pages longer. Just because, of course, if they see a really long blog post and then a video at the top where that's easier for them to get all that information without having to read, then of course they're going to definitely watch that video. So not only that, but you can also include text transcripts into the video that you have on your page as well. So this can add more content onto your page, which the search engines are reading. So if you have a blog, for example, that might be 500 words, but you really think it's an awesome blog and you want it to get ranked, I would recommend doing a video for that, getting that on there, writing the transcript, getting more content for that page, then sending some guest posts to that page with the video and the blog content on it. And that's honestly, that's a really good tactic. I've seen that work pretty well.
Video is the future.
It is. People are getting lazy and lazier and lazier. They just want to watch the videos. They don't want to read the content, which same.
I fall guilty to that.
Yeah, same.
Our whole content department's probably shaking their head right now. These video people. All right, question 15. I think this is it for our last submitted question. Again, throw a few more in the chat. We'll get to those right after this one. Is there any way to build backlinks quickly? I can't wait a few months. Oh, that is, I would imagine almost every customer you talk to wants links tomorrow. But, SEO is a long-term game. There's not a whole lot of ways to get backlinks super fast. Most sites, it's going to take 60 to 90 days or more for Google to crawl your site and start attributing those links. But as long as you're consistently building links every month and not just once, you are on the right track. If I have to speak to one of our products, the newest one, Syndication, we've mentioned it a few times. It's on sale this month. But those are getting backlinks pretty darn quick these days because the sites that they're going on are so powerful. They're crawled and they're indexed by Google very fast because of those high authority sites that those blogs are going on. So check out Syndication if you would like to get some backlinks a little quicker than some of our others.
And the turnaround time on the Syndication is probably one of our quicker link building products that we have at the moment because
2 weeks.
We don't, it's like 2 weeks at most. So because we're not creating the content, it's really easy to just push those blog posts out to all the publishers. And then it's just a matter of the publishers picking them up and then, syndicating that content for you. So I would say that's probably the quickest way at the moment with what we have to build backlinks. Also, our foundational links are very quick too as well. So those usually are up by 2 to 3 weeks. Guest posts do take a lot longer, and that's just because of that approval process. So that will take a bit. If you have issues with links maybe not getting crawled and indexed quickly, like Bobby mentioned, the syndication service is great for that, but then also making sure that any links that you are receiving, that you're sharing them on social media sites, you're putting them through all your different platforms, and there's also a bunch of services that can index your links a lot quicker as well.
All right, looks like we got one more in the chat from James M. I need most help with general content, not blog posts, but more about pages, service pages, location pages, etc. Do you have a service for that?
We currently do not have a service for that. That is something that we get requests for quite often. So we are working on that at the moment. However, what I do see a lot of clients doing is taking our blog posts and turning them into landing pages. So we see that quite often, to be honest. So what you could do is you could submit a topic headline to our blogger service that is pretty much about the landing page you're looking to create, and then they could produce most of that content. You may need to edit it to make it correct, call to actions and make it a little bit more salesy, but we could kind of help with the foundations of those pages. But like I mentioned, we don't have a specific service. You could somehow convert that blog article into a landing page. That's the closest thing.
I've seen a couple people do it. They've ordered like 5 blog posts of ours and then kind of tweaked it around and moved it around.
I think the product descriptions would probably help though too. If you're selling something on Amazon or on e-commerce, we could definitely help with that. We have an e-commerce product description service that we essentially describe the products, but this is SEO friendly and optimized to rank in Google. It can be bullet points about the product. We might be moving into video descriptions about your product or service. So
yeah,
the future's here. We're in the works.
Awesome. Well, we're looking at the chat. I think that is about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this has been David, Bobby, Gabby, and Ryan.
Yes.
We'll be doing this about once a month. So stay tuned in. If you didn't get a chance to get your question in there today, let us keep it jotted down and we'll get to it next week. All righty. Have a good Friday, guys.
Take care.
Bye.